Hey, I'm Carryngton Walton. This is NVision Inspiration for Millennials. Hey, I'm Carryngton Walton, junior at the University of North Carolina, Greensboro, majoring in Consumer Apparel and Retail Studies, which is also cards or business fashion. I'm the creator of PWI Black Student Shoutouts page, affiliated with PWI Greeks Shoutout page on Instagram. So PWI Black Student Shoutouts and PWI Greeks are a social media community that was created to allow Black African American students who attend a predominantly white institution to be in a social media community to network and be recognized amongst other students who attend other schools across the country. I started the shoutout pages back in May 27, 2017. I was actually on Instagram trying to get my followers up to help my personal brand, which is being developed now, the Pink Seed, my Instagram name. I went to NC College shoutout page, got a shout out on there, and saw that I gained maybe 20 to 30 followers in a day. So later that night, I literally woke up in the middle of the night. I believe it was an epiphany from God to start a shout out page for Black African American students who attend a PWI. And I was completely shocked and blown away because, for one, I don't know where the idea came from. So I go on Instagram and I'm searching through the search bar, I'm searching through hashtags, through people's profiles, all of that, to see if there's anything in relation to PWI, predominantly white institution, and any correlation to Black people, and there's nothing there. So I start the shout out page. I started it out as PWI Black Students, eventually changed it to PWI Black Student Shoutouts, and from then on I gained my followers by the shout out for shout out exchange. That's the question: how have I overcome my struggles of not being confident and not having high self-esteem? Well, honestly, I'm in the process of overcoming that. I won't necessarily say that it's completely finished, because of course life is a process, but as I've been overcoming, not having confidence and not having high self-esteem, I definitely feel like starting the shout out page was a part of that. Starting the shout out pages was a part of that, because it put me in a position to understand and acknowledge my capabilities, and it put me in a position to understand like who I am and what I'm able to do. And even now, looking at the numbers on the page, it's still a shock to me. It's still surprising, and I won't necessarily say that I didn't do the work, all of this work to get the page to where it is, because a lot of the success that's brought to the page now is because of the people who supported it, all 9,000 people. And just knowing that 9,000 people who I don't know probably know about, I would say, 200 of them who follow the page is a blessing, and when I sit back and look at that, it's just like, wow, God has given me something to be a service and to be a blessing to other people, so why shouldn't I value myself highly? Like, why shouldn't I think of myself as, not just being beautiful on the outside, but my substance, like my spirit, is also just as beautiful. How I met Keith and Jean. I met them sophomore year because they were members in Guy Talk, and I'm a member in Girl Talk. And the first time that I hung out with them, it was literally the best time, one of the best times, one of the great experiences I ever had in college. And one thing that I just admire about them as men, as Black men, is just their love for God, definitely their determination and ambition. One thing, their honesty too, just on how they portray themselves as men. In relation to my story and my testimony, we've had conversations just about how, we're not perfect, and, things in life aren't always perfect. We don't always do what we're supposed to do, but one thing that we do have, and one thing that we always acknowledge, is that God is the center of our lives, so, in my opinion, definitely, they're two definitely great men of God, just because of how they portray themselves, how they carry themselves, and the vision that they're carrying out with this project that they're doing. A legacy that I want to leave behind. I'll say that I definitely would love to be remembered, acknowledged, admired, and an inspiration for my shout-out pages, for my personal brand, The Pink Seed, for just me being Carryngton, for people who know me personally, genuinely. But everything that I've been able to accomplish this far, everything that I've been able to overcome, everything that I've been able to experience, even on I'll say the opposite side of the spectrum, like not doing well in school or struggling in areas of like not having self-confidence or having high self-esteem or just not loving myself, is all because of God. I want people to know that everything that I've been able to do, everything that you see, the smile you see on my face, the warmth that you feel when you hug me, or the look that you see in my eyes is not just Carryngton. You know, this legacy that I'm able to leave is because of God. Like, everything that I've been through is because of Him. Everything that I've been able to accomplish, realize, been able to learn in life, things that I've been able to provide to other people, you know, it's solely because of God. So that's a legacy. A challenge that I would like to provide to everybody, and definitely for myself too from this day on, is just to practice loving yourself more. And I feel like how I've come to the realization of why I need to love myself and how I need to love myself is just being honest with myself. So keeping it real, keeping it 100, you know, everything about you isn't perfect, and that's okay. You know, and that's what really makes you perfect. That's what makes you whole. That's what makes you unique. And things like that are important to know because it sets you apart. It allows you to really be an individual. And when you understand that you're one of a kind, you have to establish comfortability in that, because nobody can do you or be you